Let me now invite our guest of honor, Mr. Noel Chikoleka, to address us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if it's an African thing or a Malawian thing, but there are two things that you're not guaranteed. The first one is, if you go to somebody's house in the evening, you're not guaranteed that you eat, is it? The second thing is, I've learned in Africa, every function in the evening is called dinner. Doesn't necessarily mean there's food. So when I was coming, nalintajiraju. The special guest, Mr. Chipinga Mwale, the presidents of the hosting clubs, the organizing committee, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Noel Phyzix Chikoleka. I am a banker by profession as well as a marketer. I am also a rapper. I am married to my lovely wife, Ruth, and we're expecting our first child anytime now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Coming here, I received the invitation. I was so grateful and honored. I don't know in what capacity I came, but I know possibly one of the three. The first one is I am acting head of marketing and customer experience at Opportunity Bank. I am a board member for the Chartered Institute of Marketing Malawi, and also a rapper, so I'm not sure. But nevertheless, I'm here, so thank you so much for inviting me, and I feel so warm around you, and it's been good so far. I also belong to a couple of professional bodies that I'll be sending their messages regarding this issue of internships and corporate social responsibility. I am a member of Lions Club International, so I've got a message from them. I am a member of Toastmasters International. I've got a message from them. I'm a member of Young Professionals Forum. I also have a message for them, as well as the CIM Malawi and CIM UK. Before I get into the nitty-gritties of my presentation, I would like for you to know me better. My heroes in life. The first one is everybody's hero, Jesus. That's my number one hero. The second hero I have is Sean Combs, who is popularly known as Puff Daddy or P. Diddy or Diddy. The third one is Sean Carter, who is popularly known as Jay-Z. The other one is Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki is an author of many books, one of them being Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Anyone who's read of it? A very good book, and I would recommend have a copy, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The other one is Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy talks about sales. I'll say more about sales. You know, in life, we're constantly selling. We're salespeople in everything. Whether you're asking a girl out, you're selling yourself. Constantly, we're selling concepts. We're in a boardroom, we're selling ideas. You're asking for a job, you're selling ideas. So in life, throughout, we're selling. So sales is very important to anybody's career as a foundation and as you grow. The theme for this auspicious occasion is corporate social responsibility, a tool for creating competent professionals. Now, my approach to every theme, I like to break it down. The first thing is, what is corporate social responsibility? There have been two previous speakers before me. They did a good job. I'll just add in. An organization does not operate in a vacuum. An organization operates in a community. It takes away and it gives into the community. Now, how does an organization give back? Whether it's environmental, whether it's social, he spoke about farmers. There are so many things an organization can give back. But one of the things an organization can give back through is by nurturing young, upcoming professionals. Now, how can an organization do this? That's the topic of my presentation. But before I go there, what is the situation in Malawi? The situation in Malawi is the unemployment rate is at 6.6% in Malawi. This is according to Trading Economics. The population is at 18,238,552 as of Saturday, May 27, based on the latest United Nations estimates. The median age in Malawi is 17.3 years. That means when you divide the population of a country, it means from 17 years going down is the half of a population of a country. What that means is there are more young people because the life expectancy is also lower on the other end. So it means there are more young people. Presently, we have 19 private universities, 4 public universities, and UNIMA has 5 constituent colleges, and there are 29 colleges in Malawi. So this begs the question, how many students are graduating every year? Does anyone have an answer? How many students are graduating every year with all these colleges and universities in Malawi? A simple answer is there are too many graduating every day. So what that does to the job market is it brings pressure to the job market. It makes it competitive. It's not easy to get a job. It means it's tough out there. Is that not so? So here we are, students at MAGU, and we are faced with this reality. There are too many institutions, which is a good thing. We are growing a learned Malawi. It's a very good thing. But at the same time, there's competition. What can we do as students? The first thing we can do is entrepreneurship. It is not the norm to graduate and go and work for somebody. You can graduate and start your own business. You can be at school and start your own business. And as you graduate, just carry on with that business. I like giving examples of people you know and people you can relate to. I'll give an example of Gift Sukali. Anyone knows Gift Sukali? Who's popularly known as Sukes, the video producer? He just graduated and went ahead with his business of doing music videos, documentaries, and films. A young person just like you. So I'm challenging you today. It's not the norm to finish school and say, I want to work for Bank X, I want to work for Carlsberg, I want to work for Airtel. You can start your own business. Not as an individual, even as a collective. We have friends here, like-minded people. We know somebody's doing accounting. We know somebody's doing marketing. We know somebody's doing something else. You can come together and make a business plan and start your own business. That's possible. At the same time, that's you as a student. But the college, what can the college do? The college can make deliberate efforts to put in entrepreneurship courses. You know, start projects on people to start their own businesses. A college can do that. And as organizations can come in and sponsor those efforts. The second thing that can be done is internships. Internships, or in other parts of the world, they call them practicum. It means doing a work-based experience to learn things. Let me go into internships. An internship is an official program offered by an employer to a potential employee. There is an opportunity that employers offer to students interested in gaining work experience in particular industries. It can be part-time, it can be full-time. It can be paid, it can be unpaid. It can be 1 month, it can be 2 months, it can be up to 6 months. And back in the day, internships were for people to go and pass time. They will take you for an internship and you end up giving coffee to the bosses. They'll give you an internship, you end up getting dry cleaning for the bosses. But now there are deliberate programs to have students involved in the real business of an organization, being part of teams that are contributing positively to the organizations. This is possible now. The origins of internship started in the days of craftsmen, stonemasons back in the day. They used to be called apprentices. What was happening back then was a skilled laborer, let's say, for example, is an architect or maybe a stone mason. They'll take in a young guy, teach him the trade, on agreement that when he's done learning, he will work for that person for an agreed time and for an agreed wage. So it was mandatory for you to stay with them. But internships, on the other hand, you just go in, it's exploratory. You want to see, if I graduate, would I want to work for a bank? Would I want to work for a telecommunications company? Would I want to work for a brewery? It's exploratory. So because of that, a business will end up having people coming in, they'll give them time, they'll train them, and in a few months, these people are gone. They're not even back to the organization. So that brings a challenge for organizations to really focus on these efforts. Now, apart from internships, whereby it's only exploratory and you are only going there to just see if you'd like that particular industry or that particular trade, there is another concept which is called co-ops. A co-ops is mostly available to graduate students, people who have graduated. Some are called management trainees, but the proper term is a co-op, whereby it is a joint venture between the student, the university, and the employer to identify unique talent in the schools and bring them on board, and eventually they offer them employment. So these ones are paid most of the times. But for you to have access to this, you have to be an outstanding performer. You have to be an outstanding performer. Now, as Peter was speaking, I was taking keen interest. He said it vehemently a number of times that we want the organizations to come and see the talent. We want the organizations to come and get the talents that's here. The reality of the matter is, it is a joint effort. What's happening is, the student at the end of the day would like to get employment. That's why you're in school. If not employment, you like to earn a living. That's why you're in school. So you can't wait for somebody to come looking for you. A student needs to be proactive. During the time of school, needs to find jobs, needs to find internships, because when you graduate, the first question you'll be asked is on experience. Now, we go back to the employers. They get applications every day. Every day. Like the HR department at our office, there are always letters at the reception. Too many graduates and too many people switching jobs, want jobs. Now, they have this bulk load of applications. How and why do you think an organization would run to come to a school when they have a lot of paperwork to look at? That's the reality on the ground. So, we might say organizations are not being good corporate citizens, are not doing responsible business, or they're not doing corporate conscious. These are all terms for corporate social responsibility. But in essence, students need to be proactive together with their schools. In actual sense, in the purest form of internships, it's supposed to be the institutions of higher learning, not the companies. Because the recruitment process for a company is not limited to the potential talent in colleges. They can poach, they can have people apply, they can advertise. An organization has many avenues to recruit. So, for you to say, I won't go to exploits, I will not go to Adventist, I'll go to MAGU. What is MAGU selling you? To say, I will not go to University of Malawi, I will not go to Luana, I will not go to any of these colleges, I would rather go to MAGU. What is MAGU selling you? Yet you know when you graduate, you need to get a job, and the job market is stiff. So, thereby, one of the propositions MAGU needs to make to your potential students who are coming into the prospective students is, when you come to our school, we will organize, in conjunction with the organizations we're in partnerships with, internships. And through these internships, you gain experience, and after you have graduated, we'll make sure you get a management trainee program. Or if you reach this level of grades, they'll give maybe a threshold. Students who get these grades can go to these organizations. So it's the school. So if the school is not doing this, and the lecturers, the registrars, the vice chancellor, they're all graduates, they've done their part. The onus is on the students now to approach management, to approach lecturers, to initiate these efforts and go and reach out to organizations. So, in a nutshell, what I'm saying on that particular point is, let us not feel entitled. I want to say this again. Let us not feel entitled. Out there in the world, I would like to quote my CEO. What my CEO likes to say is, I would rather work with somebody who's not qualified, but is trainable, has the right attitude, and is vulnerable, is ready to listen. When you graduate, your paper will not do the job. It will have to be you, the graduate, to roll your sleeves and do the work. When I got this invitation, I had shared with the groupings I've told you about, the Lions Club, the CIM Malawi, Young Professionals, as well as other professional groupings. And here is the feedback that I got. I'll read it for you. I want you to listen attentively. Soon after internship, the graduates feel they know it all and look for greener pastures, midway or soon after the internship. The current crop of university graduates think it is the degree that will do the work and not want to roll up their sleeves and do the work. Some graduates only did their courses not because they have passion for their courses, for the field, but just found themselves there as the next best alternative. The current generation of college students are also into instant results and gratification. They need serious coaching on the aspect of investing into one's future, putting in the time, and the art of perseverance. Rich people are spoiling their children with ridiculous sums of pocket money. Surely, a kid getting 150,000 pocket money will not settle for a job paying 50,000, let alone for free. Recruitment practices here in Malawi are more to do with whom you know, where you're from, and not necessarily your competence. Managing interns is deemed as an extra job by most managers, as it may not seem to be on their job description. At the same time, interns are not fully answerable to organizations they are attached, but to the universities. Their behavior at times may not be pleasing. The forum where I got this feedback, there are CEOs, there are HR managers, there are operations managers, there are heads of marketing, marketing managers. This is what the corporate world is saying. This is what the corporate world is saying. And I was happy when I was listening to Peter that it was echoing exactly what they were saying. We need to go out there proactively. We need to demand these jobs. We need to start our own enterprises. Because the reality on the ground is the job market is stiff. There's stiff competition. So these internships, if we are proactive, we push our universities, we push our colleges, they help us secure them. By the time we graduate, we'll have some experience. Now, I want to speak about a few things on the organizations that are doing internships in Malawi. So perhaps when you're applying, you will know which organizations will welcome you on the door. Stansfield Motors does internships. Puma does internships. Total Malawi does internships. Ilovo, Nampak, Carlsberg, PTC, Lafarge, and Baobab Health. But the question is, once again, whose responsibility is it? Should Ilovo come here, or should we go to Ilovo? Can I get an answer from at least one person? Huh? I did not get you. You apply, huh? I think so too. Because what's happening is the knowledge I've shared with you that these guys are offering this. Students at Polytechnic have the same information. At Chanko, they have the same information. At Bunda, they have the same information. And every other college. Meaning, even to them as well, there's competition. Yeah? So, when you're doing marketing, a push and a pull strategy, which one is less cost effective? Or which one is more costly? A push and a pull strategy. Marketing students. Marketing students. Okay, at least I know Peter is a marketing student, so you'll be the victim. A push and a pull strategy, which one is more cost effective? Huh? A pull strategy. Yeah? Okay. You're saying?
Push strategy, push it out. The target market will easily come out. Will easily come to get the things that you're offering. So push strategy, if you're trying to if you're trying to pull them, then just pushing it.
Yeah. So, with what you were saying earlier and what you are saying now, do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Thank you so much that you see. Okay. The reason why I'm double-dabbing in my presentation is because he had touched on some of the parts I wanted to touch to, and so did he. So that's why I'm double-dabbing. I don't want to repeat the same things. I don't want to repeat the same things that others said already. Now, I said I'm also representing the board for the Chartered Institute of Marketing. So what is CIM Malawi's stand? This is a message from the Chartered Institute of Marketing Malawi. As a part of its value proposition to members and potential members, CIM Malawi endeavors to engage and lobby the corporate world for internship programs for student members who are studying marketing in various institutions, including those on self-study. In lobbying these corporates, there must be options even where students are willing to work without a small salary. There are so many parents who are willing to get their children attached on a part-time basis without any salary from the company. These parents are willing to have a small package for their children as long as the child gains practical work experience. Now, CIM Malawi has decided to join GAN. GAN is called the Global Apprenticeship Network. Global Apprenticeship Network, to assist student marketers to get internships. So here's what's happening. What we're saying is, if you're a student and you are studying marketing, or you are interested in marketing, Affiliate yourself either through your marketing club or as an individual or as a student. And CIM Malawi, through its participation in the GAN network, they are guaranteeing all student members an apprenticeship or an internship. Marketing students, is it clear? There's that opportunity. By just being a member, you are guaranteed an internship. Is that not exciting, guys? Marketing students, I don't see you. I don't see you. It's guaranteed. So for those who would like to know more about this, you can go to www.gan-global.org. But I also give the information to Peter, who's the marketing club president. So I'll give him more information about it, so to see what we can do. For Opportunity Bank, this is my message from Opportunity Bank Malawi. Opportunity Bank Malawi will start recruiting interns this year. About 10 to 15 students will be recruited. This program will start as early as June 2017. That's next month. It is hoped that MAGU and other colleges will share academic calendars so that the bank can plan accordingly when doing activities requiring interns. We're making this announcement first here. And if I don't see applications on Monday, it's not my fault. And I'm the head of that department. So that's my promise. So the CEO of Opportunity Bank passes his regards and wishes you all the best and hopes to work with some of you. Once again, thank you so much for inviting me. I am deeply honored to stand before you this evening and just to share these few insights on CSR and competent professionals. I've been Noel Chikoleka. Thank you so much.